we're going to break down how to test virtually any script you have in your swipe file today in the next few hours by using AI. And I'm going to break down everything while explaining how I did my core sets, which you can see on the right side of your screen right now. When we tested real people against AI voiceovers, like there's no real trend to like what really performs better, but you can bet your ass on the real person taking 100 times more time recording that single voice note for you. Or if it's a clip, expect to take 2 weeks. And that's the thing. The speed is in the end that thing that will give you the better performance in your ad account. It's actually the first time that I replaced myself writing script because, believe it or not, working with me,
what do you do for a living?
It's actually quite easy. So when I want to test a script, I can rent a meeting room, record it in 30 minutes, get back to my MacBook and start editing. That's not the issue. This time I just didn't feel like it. So I thought, okay, why not take my own medicine? If you're watching this channel, I'm going to assume that you use 11 Labs already. So I don't think I'm going to need to go over it. But every brand should use 11 Labs for their voiceovers to test scripts. I think what's more interesting for you is the talking head part, because that features a very prominent talking head of moi, yours truly. And how I achieved that is with a new workflow that I tested for the first time just now, because I've been paying for HeyGen forever and I never really was convinced with their avatars. But just let me jump into the Chrome profile where I'm logged in. So far, I've only been using like the translation of HeyGen, which has been going well. Like if you have a dropshipping product and you want to test the Dutch market, you can just put it in there, and it even copies like the sound effects. They don't even touch the sound effects. They stay there. They keep the music. They just change the voice into Dutch, which is amazing. Very nice. But besides that, not much use for HeyGen. The thing with HeyGen is they have a very nice avatar quality, but only if you record a video, a sample, and then you have to verify you're a person you're trying to clone, which is a bummer. HeyGen now has the ability to generate looks, and how looks work is you upload photos of your person, then it takes that person and can generate different looks. And these looks are basically like talking head setups. They're like pictures. And that you can also turn into videos. So that is very, very nice. So I wanted to sit in a spaceship. That's what I did. And I found this was the most believing one. By the way, the prompt I used is Alan sitting in a spaceship vlogging straight into the camera. You have to make sure that he's looking into the camera. Otherwise you will get shit like that. Or this, which looks less UGC. But just like this is very nice. And then you can turn it into a portrait video too. Wait here. Yeah, add motion. That will give you a video.
Welcome to the new era of video creation.
Instead of using one of those HeyGen voices.
Hello, I am a generated voice.
Hello, I am a generated voice you can use.
I just took the voice I had within 11 Labs and I created a voiceover that I could then feed into HeyGen. So for example, let's see here. Bang. So this is how it works. You have your little thingy here and you can either type a script, but you don't want to do that because that just sounds trash. Delete script. And you want to upload an audio that you previously made in 11 Labs using my best practices. Best case. And then it will give you a lip sync video after you click submit. If you don't have a person, you might want to try ARC ads just for the sake of it to have one talking head. But then again, chances are that a video, a creative without a person on screen will perform better. It just gives you more visual room to make your point. That's my thesis. Strictly talking, 11 Labs voiceover is something that you should always use. Make sure that it sounds like a real human being. Which brings us to the next point, and I'm going to jump into Premiere Pro real quick. So as you can see, I normally treat these projects like the following. I have the lowest layer, which is just the voice, the talking head saying something, and the voiceover. You can also just treat it as a voiceover, but in that case, you don't have a backup shot you can fall back on. I really like having a talking head for a backup shot because I wanted to get them out same day. And then what you do is you layer the B-roll on top of that talking head as much as you can. So this would be this layer. And in my case, it's B-roll plus visuals in general. So what I like to do is, okay, let's quickly copy our AI talking head, straight into here. Okay, so let's say you have this talking head. And
I will teach you how to.
Then I really like to have, because I'm very animated, I'm a very I like to make my points very clear and visual, because I'm also a visual learner. I like to take a textured background, or for an e-commerce store, you can take your brand color and just put it on a color fill. So just go in here, color matte, and just let's take a nice little blue shade and put it on top. So every time you see him in the script referring to something that might be well advised to visualize, just put it on top as a placeholder.
I will teach you how to use AI in your ads to increase conversions, save time, and crush your enemies. Let's be honest, UGC creators are too expensive, take 2 weeks to deliver, and perform worse than the static you have been running since April.
So this way you have an idea of how many shots you need, which you can then fill in with UGC B-rolls. And you will see I did the exact same thing here. So I have the voiceover, and I just filled it in with different B-roll shots. Salon visits are very expensive. What is the POV, what is the visual clue that something is expensive? Either show banking statements or an app booking of money, or someone, credit cards, cash, everything like that. Then if it's about something like pain, you visualize it with exactly the stuff a woman would see in the mirror, the gray roots in your hair. And so on and so forth. I'm assuming you already have content. And in that sense, I'm using visuals and iPhone footage of my landing page to visualize it. That is done very, very quickly. And you can just, see that there's something going on. You can see I'm also showing examples of how it looks like. In an e-com sense, that would be the before and after, the results you are expecting. So that people have an idea what they can expect when they want to click. And then I also show the landing page, because that is in the end what they're trying to land on. And your retention on the landing page will always go up if you show them what is expected on the landing page. Just prepare them for what they're going to see. And after we have the talking head and the visuals layered on top of the talking head, we can move on to the hooks. And the hooks are the heart of that creative. And I actually made them a month ago, and then remembered a few days ago, hey, I still haven't done any creatives out of these Zuck hooks of him standing in front of a Lamborghini. So let's maybe use that leverage we have. I'm using Zuck specifically because it performed very well when I did it in my acquisition ads 2 months ago. So I'm just doubling down on the testing results. I made these by firstly getting the image of Zuckerberg. I'm doing that by training a custom LoRa and then generating images as much as I want until I get the right shot of him standing in front of Lamborghini. If you want to do something similar, check my Warp course. It has the guide on how to do that with any given person. And then whatever I have as a visual material, there are a few ways to go about doing the whole lip syncing part, but I'm going to show you my favorite way.
Never pay for UGC again, dog. We are AI generated, you.
And this shot is AI too.
Yeah, I'm going to show you my favorite way to do it, which is kind of very, very easy to comprehend for someone who never used it before. I know 2 little beauty influencers. Let's do Kim Kardashian. Does she even talk? Or is she above that at this moment?
Hey,
Hi guys.
you look absolutely beautiful today.
Okay. Usually I would just snipe it while the video plays, but I think I'm fine with removing the pausing thing. Photoshop, and the goal here is to get a frame. We achieved that by just selecting everything. By the way, if you select multiple objects within the frame, you can hold Shift in Photoshop while selecting, so that you add the selection in case of creating a new one. And then you just go on Generate a Fill. You see what it comes up with. Yeah, just as I mentioned, I think, yeah, this one looks fine. Kim, not talking yet. And we use Kling, because Kling has the best lip sync there is. You can also do the same thing in Runway, but Runway is more expensive. And I feel like Runway's lip sync is not as good. Then you go into here and you say something like talking straight into the camera and spend 35 credits on it. Yeah, I feel like handheld camera shake. I've been using that prompt part a lot and it's been treating me well. And then we just wait for 7 minutes, 6 minutes. But what you can see is if you do that for a video and you have an outcome of somebody, you can press this little button here, lip sync. And this will allow you to upload a 5-second audio, perfect for a hook, and just let her say something. In this case,
don't worry, sis.
May I open the door for you, ma'am? It's my pleasure to assist.
And bam, lip sync. Why not?
I am definitely not Jennifer Aniston.
And this is instantly 3 different hooks. The better your idea of the hook, the better it will perform, obviously. But this is honestly all there's to it. Cheers.
Back in my day, women still sounded like women.